was just sitting here thinking a little bit, man. Yeah, being independent is hard. It's hard. Like trying to do this shit. Man, let me not curse, man. I'm trying to like change a lot, but it's hard. I'm learning that working at a job and then working independent, you have to work like 2 times harder if you're working independent. And guess what? You get paid less. Think about that, right? That's what I'm learning right now. Like, I've been independent before. I think I'm always be independent, but it's not one of those things that is locked into me yet. Like 100%. I'm getting there, but it's hard. Especially when you're like me. Like I'm I don't know how you would say, like, it's weird. Like, I really don't like to be around a lot of people. I like to just be by myself. Like, I'm 100% good by myself in my thoughts. I am 100% fine. Like, literally, like, it might just get to that one point to just have a conversation, or interaction. But outside of that, it's like, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like that. I think I'm just tired. To tell you the truth, tired of what? I don't know. Just tired. Tired of the same dumb stuff. Seemed like it took me offline. I gotta go back on here again. Okay, so that's what it seemed like. Alright, so don't mind me, guys. I'm trying something new to try to see if I can record a certain way. So I see that this is only gonna stay on as long as a certain amount of time. I guess if I don't keep touching it or something, but whatever. Long as you can hear the voice, right now. Yeah, but that is the biggest thing. It's me trying to understand, and there's a lot of things I would love to talk about. Things I'm accomplishing, but I can't speak about it on here because a lot of things are not officially in place yet, and I don't want things to be taken out of context. Right? So, being independent is hard, and just trying to figure out your way is harder. So what I am as learning in the moment as we speak right now, what I'm learning is that you can't be independent, right? And be out here trying to be in somebody else's lane. You really got to be out here doing your own thing. Be in your own lane. Do something that you are very passionate about. So when you're doing it, don't feel like you're working. Right? I love driving. So, this is a passion of mine. I love driving. If you see a lot of my videos, I'm always in my car. I'm always somewhere next to somebody or water. Like, that's just me. I'm like, I see a lot of other things. It's just that in those moments, I'll be like, that's me. Like right now, as we speak, I'm next to a body of water. It's just always what it is. So I feel like, yeah, let's go out there for a little bit. I think it's cold. It looks cold. I don't even know how cold it is out there. But I know it's freezing. I know it's freezing. So before we go out, let me just figure something out real quick. And go into the trunk. Coat. Then we go outside. Oh, that's a nice house. That one. You know what? Since I'm out here, let me just put my coat on. triple and dipple and double up. Oh, hit this mother. It's cold. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about, right? Just doing some things out here on your own. And having fun with it. Because then when you turn around, you realize you certain age and you loving life and you sitting back and you're not thinking about too much, and God has you abundantly happy. You know, in a sense, I'm like 50% there. You know, I'm happy. Stressed and happy is two different things. You could be stressed, right? But that doesn't take away the whole day, right? So my day looks like this. How can you take that away, bro? You know, just to come out and just sit on the water sometimes. Hopefully this phone don't fall in there. I guess I can sit right here for a second. Right? Just have a little conversation. Look at my sneakers. Look, you know, I'm telling y'all, I don't care, bro. Sometimes I do care about appearances and stuff. I do. But when it come down to just hustling, when it come down to getting money, when it come down to doing what you gotta do, man, I don't care. Like, I really don't. The fuck? Like, it's certain things you just gotta know when, you know what I mean? You just gotta know when to do certain things, you know what I mean? You gotta play your position. And you just gotta read the room right. You know, I've been doing Uber for a while, you know? And as y'all see, I do other gigs, you know? But outside of that, it's just the people that you encounter on a daily basis, man. Think about that. On a daily basis, I transport at least like 50 people, bro. 30 to 50 people a day in my car. That's 30 to 50 different personalities. And if you look at my ratings on Uber, bro, it's 5 stars all day. I might get a few ones here and there. I'm always going to get some people that don't like you. But I got over like 300 5 stars. Top rating the way I drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can read people for the most part and understand, like, and I'm not here to try to kick no lies or nah, I'm just here to listen. I'm just here to tell you what my personal opinion is without my personal feelings. You feel me? But, you know, I like sitting here right now. I'm about to start moving because I'm looking around, right? Because we ain't in Florida, right? I'm somewhere else. But nigga, I don't, you know, I just feel like something's gonna jump out and grab my feet, bruh. You feel me? Like, I'm not too far away from this water. I know it doesn't look that, it's not too far. I feel like you said, look, and that's a super motherfucker there. Like, I don't mind talking. I'd rather go on that side real quick. So let's take a trip. Let's turn around, let's go this way, and let's keep talking, right? So here we go. Hold on. Alright. So let's see, you know, I love to have a conversation. So let's say something random today. Random House University is a random thought. You ever knew when you was growing up, or when I was growing up, I recall always seeing the sun at a certain time, and I recall seeing the moon at a certain time. Let me know what y'all think. lately I've been seeing the sun and the moon at the same time. How is that possible? Now, give me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong somewhere, right? Now, from my understanding, when we have sun, there's a side of the planet that we don't see that gets the moon, right? They get night. So, when we get night, they get day, right? So, when we get day, it's dark in Florida, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we have time differences. But it's so weird to me now because I'm seeing it, but I need to start getting and start talking to people that understand these type of things. Why do I see the sun and the moon at the same time? And if that is the case, that I see both of them at the same time, then that means that there's total darkness somewhere on the other side of the planet outside of Alaska, right? Or Antarctica, excuse me. Random thought. Alright. So here's another one, right? We're gonna start walking this way. In that direction. So something about credit that I learned. That you are a consumer. Consumer credit law. Study that. I don't know where we at, so if you ask me, I don't know, but if you know what this is, what is this? Fletcher Lake, Ocean Grove. Figure it out, cause I can't tell you. I'll be ending up in so many places in one day, in so many different states. But I love it though. You could just have freedom, man, and just walk and just... I'm not going up there for sure. Yo, I seen a video of a car going up there and it ran off the end and it fell into the water. That guy died. 2 people filmed it just like this, seeing the car, and it was night. And they seen the car with his flashes on and they didn't understand what they was doing. And I think the person was specially challenged or had a seizure. They couldn't see. But that's scary, man. That's something I would wish on nobody. Look at how raging that water is. It's beautiful and it's terrifying at the same time. Sometimes it's scary to look at, but beautiful to listen to. Yo, this water is crazy right now. It's raging in here. It's like the pool. Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see how not to step on rocks anymore. I try to jump on one and definitely That's what I'm telling you right now. Do not walk over there, nigga. I just slipped right here. Look. Ain't that one walk over there? Hell nah. Nigga, my hood sense is kicking in. Fuck that. You know what? Let's go this way. But it's the same way if I was in the woods right now. Alright, feel a little bit better. Sometimes when you get lost and you don't know where you go, sometimes you just gotta listen. Something else I wouldn't mind doing is coming out here with a metal detector. Look. Now, there's one person out here with a metal detector. You know what I'm saying? Type of fish is out there. What's up here? Somebody was doing something. It's crazy how you don't see anything past that. There's a whole world. I thank y'all for tuning in and just hanging out with me. You know what? If y'all want to start seeing more of me traveling and a lot of interesting things, subscribe. Go to my YouTube page. I'll start doing a lot of these. And hopefully we can go live. Cold. Not that cold, it's like windy. back to work. Currently, at the moment, working on my credit. Build the credit so I can speed up the process and creating these things that I'm currently in process with. Figure out a way how to make generational wealth. I talk about it a lot because I believe that is possible. And it's easy the more that you learn. And the more that I learn, it's like the more that I don't want. And I don't know if some of y'all will understand that. But the more that you know, the more easy things are, the more you don't want them. So imagine if you knew that you can go into any dealership and get any car you want, right? And you get it, and you drive it, and you get tired of it. Then you go back in there and just get another one, any one that you want. You lose that passion of having a car because you can get any one you want, right? That's how I would feel. But however, everything comes with a cost. Because once you start reading and start studying and learning everything, then you start to understand that everything is not what it's supposed to be, or everything is not told to you as it should have been. History has definitely changed on a dramatic level. Like simply, we think about the 1800s, right? Ooh, that was so far back because we're in the 2000s now. But take away the 1 out the 1800s, and it's 800. Like, history changed, man. They put a 1 in front of everything and made it hundreds, or 1,000, but it really wasn't. So I mean, even though that didn't change too much because we still experienced what we went through, but that's just one thing. The Tartarian civilization right before us. Look at their technology. It's amazing, and I'm still learning that today. I've heard about them before in the past. Never did too much research on them, but they have passed my mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have heard about them, knew something about it, but never really dug too deep. But now I want to. Very interesting, because a lot of the things that they have, which is weird that I'm learning, is left behind. Like, it's literally here that we see every day. But it's like, we know that this is a bottle, right? But in years to come, they're gonna look at this bottle like, oh, this wasn't like. So let's just say this is bottle right here had, like, this is the tower, right? So I'm gonna just explain the way it is. So the towers that we see, like, it has spirals going around it, obelisk, stuff like that, like, right? Like, again, if down the road, instead of me talking like this and just trying to understand what I'm saying, I like to, like, put pictures next to where I'm at and one thing. So again, if I like to hear more about this, I'll get the stuff that I study and I'll put it up so you can see what I'm talking about, so we can speed up the process, right? But outside of that, right, so it's a tower that spins, and it does a lot of different things, but it's the main purpose of this tower is that it gives off energy, right? So it's like a battery, right? So they used to have back in the days this airships, the balloons, you know what I'm saying? Land, and people get off, and it would charge the airship, and then it would take off and fly away. Air balloons, right? They was doing that back in the days where it would land on top of the Empire State Building. So one of these towers that I'm talking about, they literally had it on top of the Empire State Building, okay? And they had these airships come in, land, and people would get off, and it would charge the balloon. Airships was normal. Like what I'm talking about is like transportation that we see today. They was like a little bit above what we are today. So I feel like we went backwards. Based on this, what I'm seeing, it's like we went backwards, bruh. Yo, we don't even have electric cars out here like this, right? We just starting. Yo, they had electric cars, electric buses, electric scooters, word up. They was floating in the air off of pure 0 point energy, okay? They was floating in the air, okay? There was no propulsion. There was no pollution. They was just using like they was using natural energy from the earth. But from what my personal opinion is, from how I see it, is like there was an age of magic, right? Sorcery. We can all agree, right? We always heard about that, right? And then there's an age of us, which is it was metal, you know what I mean? Mechanical, right? Machinery. This is us. This is our age, right? From my personal opinion. And then you have Tartarian, which this is my personal opinion again. There was a mixture of both. They was using mechanical stuff, but knowing how to implement it with the magic, if you want to say, or the science, to tap into 0 point energy and create unlimited energy. So they had free lights. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to pay for no electrical bill. They was getting free energy. We have to pay for it. They didn't have to warm up their house and pay for a fire. They was using nuclear energy, okay? And again, some of these artifacts or items are still here today in front of us, right? And some of us have them. We can go to a thrift shop and buy these things, okay? And put it in our house. But today, these things, well, back then, let's just say this was what I'm talking about with the nuclear. They used to put nuclear radiation into this thing, and it would heat it up somehow to where it would heat up the whole house. No fire, nobody got sick, because this metal piece right here contained all of that inside. We don't know how they did it, right? But these same little bottles went to where I don't know how they did it, man. Like, they changed the name of the item. They made people believe that this wasn't really what it was. It was constructed to be for, they said, a fireplace. So instead of putting that nuclear stuff in here to heat up the house, they'd take wood and put it at the bottom and let it smoke out. But trust me, this thing didn't have no exit for no smoke except for this little chimney hole right here. And I'm gonna explain all that later. But it literally was the shape of like the sign for nuclear weapon, right? Or nuclear waste, or how you gonna say it? But that's what it was. Like, so they took it, renamed it, told people it was something else, and people were using it for that ever since, right? And again, this is for that. This is for buildings, churches. There's certain churches that was built where the cathedrals, the designs of it, you don't see a lot of it like that no more. Only certain ones. And those buildings were charging up energy and giving off 0 point energy. But they just reconstructed it and they repurposed it and they used it for something else. And they told everybody else something. You know what I mean? That is a very, the Tartarian civilization is an amazing civilization that I would love to learn, because the simple fact is because it was right here, literally right here. Like, I feel like if they didn't do what they did, they still be around us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was taken out for a reason. So it's interesting that we could talk about the Atlanteans, right? But the Atlanteans was so far back, like so far back, that you don't think that I will ever see a trace. But when you talk about civilization, I was just here like damn near like yesterday. Like it is all gone. That's crazy. It's all gone. So think about us. What we see in front of us today, it could be all gone tomorrow due to mud, a flood, right? And then civilization just carries on again to being something else. And if you don't believe me, um, damn, what is it? You know what I mean? The cabbage, like study history, bro. I'm telling y'all, people, it it takes you on a whole different roller coaster to understand like what this world is. Like this world is not what we think it is. It is not on so like an onion on so many levels. So look up the Cabbage Patch Kids. You see the Cabbage Patch Kids, when we was young. Some of us remember that, the Cabbage Patch Kids, right? Look that up. That wasn't just for kids. Like it wasn't just because it was a cartoon or no. That was real life. It was something called like I can't remember the name, but I'm telling you, I remember. I'm gonna tell y'all. Um, it was a bunch of kids back then in the Tartarian age where I don't know how they completely did it, but they did something with to where it was abundance of it. Okay, of them. It was kids that was born in incubators back then. Okay, and I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about a lot of kids, right? Was born in incubators, like they was born in a warehouse, pretty much. Then it was taken and brung over to the United States. Y'all ain't never heard of that one. And when it was brung to the United States, guess what? There was no adults here. This is what I'm trying to study right now. At this point, there was no kids here. I mean, no adults here. So it was a bunch of kids just raising themselves here. And it was already an established system. So the system put them in a school system, right? So there was people here. But I'm talking about like, there wasn't no like parents. Like, you understand? Like these kids was just kids that came here on their own. They didn't have nothing else. And it was already people here established and telling them what life was and what they had to do. Look it up. And these kids grew up to live in a civilization like this, telling them this is what the president was, this is what happened over here, and this is what happened over there. This is what's called history. And these kids grew up in the United States, and they had kids, and they had kids, and they had kids until we see what we have today. So, it's a couple of levels there for me. One, incubators means that, we all clones. They said that this is the reason why we all timid. The reason why we all timid in the way we are today is because of the incubator. The reason why a lot of us don't have dreams. A lot of us don't have inspirations to just want to do more. It's way back then they've been coming at us, okay? So it's weird. So think about it. The kids come over here, get told what this was, and then that's what they believe. Because believe me, they have religion there. And everybody understands. You have that belief, you have family, you have a congregation, you live out here. It's something that you hold dear, and this is the only thing you know. This is what you know. So anything else, you will fight against it, right? Even if it was the truth. Again, those kids were brought over here and told what happened or what's this place, but they don't know the previous civilizations that happened before that was buried, right? So this is what I'm learning right now as we speak. I'm learning that history has really been rewritten and then rewritten and then rewritten. So once you understand that you break down one part of history, then you learn that there's another part of history, right? So, and to say all of this, it's pretty much what's the purpose? You know, what's the reason? Why fool a generation that you got rid of to have another generation that you brainwashed and have under your control the way you want, and then want to eradicate them to have possibly another generation, designer babies, to what? Raise them and eradicate them to have what? Is this purposely what they would call I mean, it's genocide, Gen X, no, not Gen X. You could say forceful evolution. I don't know, but that's what it came down to me. For me, that's what it came down to. It's a couple of things I'm looking into, but again, random thoughts. Um, Thank y'all for just tuning in and listening. I gotta get back to what I gotta do. I love all y'all. Be safe. Hopefully, I'll see y'all on the flip side. The ones that know me know me. The ones that don't, get to. Y'all already know what it is. It's Random House University, and I'm out.